Hi everyone, today me and my colleagues Arina and Arvin will go through our data-driven value proposition for Strava. So the assignment is, your organization wants to create a data-driven value proposition. What approach do you recommend to successfully achieve this goal? So Strava is a social fitness platform focusing on endurance sports and activities such as biking or cycling, strength training, where users can upload their performance metrics, their location, and pictures from the workouts. It's over 120 million users across 190 countries, indicating that Strava generates large data sets, both behavioral and health related. It's a community-driven platform that facilitates for gamification features. It offers different challenges and other social media features to sustain its user engagement. And the current IT and business challenges is around privacy concerns. Strava's had past issues with exposing sensitive locations. It's also an important, very sensitive issue that they must adhere to different GDPR and global data protection laws. And it's important for them to maintain its user trust and monetization of this. They need to grow subscription and brand revenue without reducing the user's experience. And we believe that this can be done by introducing a new strategy, which is to monetize aggregated fitness and lifestyle data through different B2B partnerships, which in our case would be HelloFresh or other nutrition brands. So for this consultancy process, we first defined the assignment scope, and then we reviewed literature we thought were relevant to solve the case. Then we generated and evaluated ideas across different organizations. And with the use of NotebookLM, we structured our thinking or our thoughts. Then we synthesized the outputs of NotebookLM and translated these outputs into our consultancy advice, supported by theory we thought were relevant. So the process of creating data-driven value proposition is highlighted in the presentation paper, where they've used the resourcing with data framework, which we have done here in order to show how Strava can turn raw data into valuable insights so that B2B partners can leverage on this. And the model consists of the resourcing actions, the observations, and lastly, the applications for how Strava can leverage this to gain value. So I will try to, it's a lot of information, so I'll just try to summarize the two different phases. So the data reconstruction phase and the data reproportioning phase. So first of all, Strava can combine workout data with external nutrition sources. They can aggregate this into anonymized user groups. They can also enrich it with new metrics like optimal protein intake per workout or optimal carb for recovery after a workout. They can present and use this data in different dashboards or APIs that could be managed easily by partners. Next, in the data repurposing phase, Strava can generate insights using algorithms while keeping a human oversight for accuracy. They can also package these insights as commercial products or API for nutrition companies, which we also proposed earlier in this presentation. And finally, they can also enable partners to act on these. So our example more in detail is that HelloFresh could give user more personalized meals based on their workouts or right after the workouts for recovery, as I mentioned earlier. So in total, this approach transforms Strava's raw data, as I said, into actionable insights. And this create new revenue streams while also giving other B2B partners a tool to deliver a more personalized and specified value for their users.
We analyzed current presentation papers on how organizations create value from data. The presentation paper shows that value comes from cycles of adaptation. Companies reconstruct and repurpose data in new contexts, discovering both apparent and latent qualities of data for creating new value. The core paper highlights that technology alone is not enough. Data becomes valuable when combined with right social and organizational conditions. Portability, cross-context integration with other domains, and continuous alignment of practices and partners. Together, the studies show that data is a strategic but evolving resource. To create value, organizations need both the conditions that allow data to flow and the processes that continuously adapt and responsibly apply it. Our advice for Strava builds on academic insights and the company's unique advantages. First, big data reshapes competition, letting Strava move beyond fitness tracking into the broader health and wellness ecosystem. Second, Strava's dataset on sports performance combined with nutrition insights creates unique offerings that competitors cannot easily replicate. Third, papers show that restructuring and applying data in new contexts generates value. This is exactly what Strava can achieve by linking performance and nutrition data. Finally, focus on aggregated insights and transparent governance ensures trust, protects privacy, and enhances Strava's legitimacy as a responsible innovator.
On using Notebook LM, we iterated using three different prompts to get the most suitable output. On the first prompt, we only give a prompt with persona and instruction. And in the second prompt, we specified that the Notebook LM should use the approach from the presentation paper. And on the third prompt, we not only specify the approach source, but we also add our idea of new data-driven value proposition for Strava, which is making B2B opportunities with companies that specialize in food and nutrition. For the first prompt, the COT already has a strong strategic framing and already good at implementing paper ideas, but lack of operational details to be called an advice for a company. And on the second prompt, the COT already give a good approach of making data-driven value proposition for Strava, but the solution of using data from Strava for urban planning is not a good idea because Strava only reflects a small portion of people. And on the third prompt, the chatbot already giving a very concrete data-driven value proposition idea and deep analysis, but does not specify legal step in order to make the idea possible. So our reflection based on the experience using Notebook LM AI is you, human, is a strategic director of AI by using your creativity and critical thinking. And also, critical evaluation to AI outputs is non-negotiable. We ourselves not using our recommendation that given by Notebook LM, we are using just several aspects that relates to our goal. And the third one is the skill of prompting is that important. As you can see on the docs, the effectivity of AI is highly influenced by the user's prompting skills. And the most important thing is use AI to accelerate your mind, not to replace your mind. Discussion statement from us is the future of data-driven value proposition in fitness application will be determined less by UX features and more by collaboration with external partners. Thank you.